So today I want to welcome Keith Fletcher with KRF Associates, and Keith is going to be talking about the logistics corridor in Savannah, Georgia. Welcome to Open for Business.
Marjorie, thank you very much. I so appreciate you taking the time to talk to me.
Absolutely. This is a really important initiative for the city of Savannah and the whole region. Tell us more about it.
Well, the Savannah Logistics Technology Corridor, of which I'm chairman of the task force that has been making this happen. This corridor, it's really a designated geographic area in the Savannah region that reaches all the way up to the Advanced Manufacturing Center, all the way down. That's up in Bryan County, and then all the way down to Richmond Hill.
Okay.
And all the way down through Richmond Hill. If you go to our website, you'll be able to see the exact map, or you can see what's been published in the Savannah Morning News multiple times. They've done a great job of covering this. But that geographic area, we're going to bring both new jobs by helping companies start up here, as well as by creating incentives and reasons for companies to relocate to here from other places.
And so exactly what type of jobs, what kind of logistic jobs when you say logistic?
Right, what we're looking at, these actually aren't logistics jobs as we're very used to here in Savannah. These are technology jobs, because this is about, we want to bring in companies and help people start companies that will create the technology that powers the next phase of logistics.
Very good.
So these are things such as driverless vehicles, new sensors, new software even for a new method of buying things online, a new way to order things, a new way to track things. Logistics is everything that moves, whether it be data that's moving or it be product that's moving. If you move it, it's a logistics process. So it's not about putting the two, part A and part B together to make the widget, but it's about getting part A and part B to here to make the widget.
I think I heard, and I don't know if it's a rumor or not, of a company already moving here because of the corridor.
We have had initial successes. We have one company that truly did move because of the corridor. They have, and the first day they moved here, they actually got their first major client here on the day they moved in, which is kind of amazing. That you'll be seeing that in the press very shortly. Also, when FedEx opened its new logistics hub here, there's one of our city councilmen in their interview with the Savannah Morning News pointed out that FedEx had told him that one of the reasons they moved here, just one of them, was the fact that we were going to be developing logistics technology here, and they wanted a major presence here. So the tech corridor was a reason.
So Keith, is that not happening anywhere else in the United States, or how were we lucky enough to get this here?
There is no other designated area in the country for logistics technology development. This came about in the end of 2017. Senator P.K. Martin chaired a study commission looking to see should there be a technology corridor, technology zone in Georgia, and if so, where around Atlanta should it be?
Oh, yeah.
I was lucky, and literally in the charter for the commission, it listed a number of routes in and out of Atlanta where they should look. And it also carried the extra little phase and other places. Well, Savannah is an other place. So we qualified.
Huh.
But I testified multiple times before the committee and worked with them and persuaded them that the ideal place for a technology corridor is Savannah, and the ideal purpose would be logistics technology, because obviously Savannah is one of the premier logistics hubs in the whole world. We have the fourth largest port in the United States, the second on the East Coast. We have enormous logistics companies, because it's not that we need the headquarters for all of these companies. What we need are the experts in how to make it work, and we have those here. Because one thing with technology, you can move people that make technology, move people that will write software. They can go anywhere. What you can't move are the subject matter experts that will tell you, is what you're making good? Is what you're making, will it work? Those belong where that product is done. Those belong where things happen. And the one thing about successful technology corridors is they have to have a theme. And that really is for that reason. You need to locate the corridor themed around what the local experts will have. Such as you're looking at Florida. They have a technology area, and guess what? They're around aerospace, and they're centered around Cape Canaveral.
I guess Raleigh, Durham, the triangle.
Raleigh, Durham is a much more generic. It kind of came about by itself, but that's really, really triggered around the heavy research universities that are there. And of course, Washington, D.C., being very close by. But another great example is a place you would never think of for technology, Cleveland, Ohio. They have one of the most successful technology corridors based around medical technology. You have the Cleveland Clinic, you have a large number of other research hospitals and research universities all around there, and it really has been incredibly successful. That's what they specialized in. And Savannah can do this.
So let me ask you this question. What does the state of Georgia envision in 10 years from now? What is this going to look like?
What we're looking at right now, we have the state that has designated the area. We also have the initial round of funding to create an accelerator, incubator, innovation center here in Savannah. That will help us grow companies from the ground up.
So you have been able to establish that funding through.
We already have the initial funding for it. The governor and the state legislature worked very hard to get this through our first round. This first bit is just to establish the corridor, set it up, and then to identify the location where we are going to put the actual facility.
Now, are you allowed to announce that, or do you have any?
No, it's public knowledge that has been done. We do not know where it's going to be yet. Okay. The funding obviously doesn't come in until next month, so then we will be hiring a firm to do a search for the proper location and either to acquire the property or to partner with a property that already exists, depending on how that's set up.
Would that be a real estate firm? I mean,
there are companies that do this. There's a large number of them. We'll be working closely with Georgia Southern and obviously with CETA, who is an expert at doing just this, finding a proper location to do an economic development project. And that's what this is at its most base.
So Keith, every year we hold a thing called the State of Small Business, and we share tips and advice to the small business community. So what advice, what foresight would you give to small business owners around this?
I would think, if I was a small business owner right now, I would start to think, how will I start servicing multiple new businesses that are going to be coming into Savannah that will be more tech-based, and quite honestly, a large number of them will be late 20s, early 30-year-olds, possibly into their 40s, but this would be a younger, urban, professional set of people. We're looking at creating upwards of 4,000 high-end jobs within the next 5 years here in Savannah. And that's just the start. Now, we also have a major change in the universities. This has been made a goal for the entire university system through the Board of Regents. And we are incredibly lucky that we have a new president at Georgia Southern. We're very happy that he's come on board, and he is a major backer and proponent of the tech corridor. And Georgia Southern is going to be our lead institution, and they are going to be looking at creating new educational paths, effectively new career paths with Georgia Southern. So our kids, as they go through, will have exactly the skills that are needed here. And the biggest reason for doing this, if you want to boil it all the way down, right now, our kids get great educations here. They may go to Georgia Southern. They may go to SCAD. They may go to Savannah State. They may go to Savannah Tech. There are lots of great schools here, but when they come out, they have to leave if they want a career.
You're right. My daughter is
absolutely. This is going to, right, this will create careers, not just jobs, careers here. So our kids, now they can't stay in our basements, but they can stay in the area and they'll be able to stay here.
Right.
They will be able to have a career that will be fulfilling and will give them a great sense of delivering on their vision, on their dream to be in technology or to be in lots of other fields. But technology is a major driver of all other businesses when they start out. So this is going to cause a big change, and a change for the better here in Savannah.
So what are some of the majors going to be at Georgia Southern?
Those are under discussion right now. It's all going to be centering around, obviously, enhancing the technology majors, enhancing some of the logistics, and trying to marry some of them together. So think about education, and this is only maybes. Think about education that might be pairing more robotics with automation, more studying how you can make sensors work, etc. Much more education on what the logistics industry needs and what we would need to be developing. And that's, I am not an expert in higher education, but because we have people that really are, and they are completely on board. We have the Board of Regents that is pushing this as a major project, not just for Georgia Southern, but for all of our schools. So we are going to see things that we have not thought about before, but a partnership, a huge partnership between our universities, our government, and private industry to deliver what our kids going forward are going to need here in Savannah, with what we need, and quite honestly, what the entire country needs. Because long term, our dream is that 10 years from now, if you are developing a logistics product, a logistics technology, anything, the first thought is, I have to be in Savannah. That's where I have to be. If I'm going to develop this, that's where I've got to go. And that is absolutely what we are going to make happen.
How are you marketing this around the country?
The national marketing has not happened yet, not on a large scale. We have had discussions with a number of conferences about having them come here that feature economic development as well as job creation. So we've talked with a number of those people to see if we can get them here, and they're very, very interested because of the technology corridor.
And because it's Savannah.
Less honestly, Savannah is a phenomenal draw, and it truly is. But this is more than just coming here for a good time. This is something for them to learn. And no, it's very important because our economic development people, our Visit Savannah, have done a spectacular job at bringing people in, because Savannah is a fun place to go. It's a great place to have an event at. We're looking at also pairing Savannah's incredible hospitality with something for them to learn about how things can be better. What can they take home from Savannah, not just a phenomenal experience, but also knowledge about how they could maybe, an economic development conference, how they can duplicate something like this where they are. Logistics companies, how, wow, there's all kinds of great things being done here. Think about all of that on top of the phenomenal job that CETA and Visit Savannah and all of our other pieces have done to bring people here. This will be another draw that they'll be able to use to bring these conferences, to bring people, and obviously to bring companies here.
Relocate.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So you've done a lot of work, and I certainly appreciate you updating our small business community on Open for Business. And when do you think the next update will be? Because I'd like to have you back on.
We will have a very heavy update on the education component probably by the end of August, and we will have the incentives that we're currently working on the language for, a large-scale update for that by September. And so we will have that for everybody.
In the meantime, if any small business owner would like to know more information, what's your website and how can they get in touch with you?
Well, if they want to find out about the Savannah Logistics Technology Corridor, the easiest way is just to simply to Google Savannah Logistics Technology Corridor, and our website will pop up because it's fairly long. If you want to get a hold of me, really simple, you can either email me at kfletcher, K-F-L-E-T-C-H-E-R, at krfassociates.com, or you can feel free to call me at 912-328-9440.
Awesome, Keith. Thank you so much again for being on Open for Business and doing the great work that you're doing in the Savannah area. Thank you.
Thank you, Marjorie. Appreciate that.
All right. See you next time.
Absolutely.